Hello, I have a question and I need some help. Is this a bug? So I have this base module and these three other modules are basically going to extend it. Technically they're their own scenes, and then what I'm going to do is I take the base module scene and just put it inside their own scene. And then I add anything else that I want to for that, right? That's normal. This is how you would or should do things. Also on top of that, the base mod um, in the scripts, the base module has its own script. Right now it's doing absolutely nothing because I'm returning it. I'll explain what this is in a minute. This script will say, okay, the engine module is extending this base module. So if I look at the engine module.gd, you can see that it extends the base module script.gd. And in the base module script.gd, it says, okay, whatever folder I'm executing from, and I've confirmed that this works. Like find a folder within my current folder called textures, find the first texture and load it in. Okay, and this does work. Um, so the problem is though that if I load this right now, it doesn't do anything. It doesn't work properly because um, they're currently sharing the same resource. It's either the blend file or the base module. I'm not sure which one's the exact cause of this, but I know that this is because they're sharing the same resource, right? And I know that this is true because if I go to the actual scene where I'm editing all this, and I simply switch the order, notice how they're all blank because these are all technically just showing the base module. Um, let's see, edit player, edit ship. If I simply move the turret storage to be last, it should be the last one that loads. It should load its texture last, and that one is red. So there you go. So it's working. The problem is I need to separate or make these all local. So if I go into the engine module, make the base module local. Actually, before I do that, let me go into the base module. Oh, I guess I forgot to make this local anyway. So this was supposed to be just a blend file, but I guess I already made it local. I'm gonna undo that. But if I make everything just local, right? So the three modules, every resource underneath them is now local. The modules themselves are still instantiated scenes, but now everything is local as per each one. Then if I run this, it works. This is exactly what I'm looking for. I forget what module, the engine module loads blue, storage module loads yellow, and turret module loads red. Great. The problem is I don't want to do this. I don't want to make it local because any changes I make to either base module or the blend file will not persist upwards, and I will have to manually update everything. I mean, it's not the end of the world, but it would save me a lot of time if I plan on expanding this game. So base module, I'm going to delete that. I'm going to delete the base module, delete that there, and then delete that there. All right. So instead, what I'm going to do is in each module, I'm going to programmatically make them all local. So first, in the engine module, I load in the base module scene and load it into scene as a resource. Duplicate, if you set that to true, come on, no, stay. If you set this to true, if resource is true, a deep copy is returned. Nested sub-resources will be duplicated and are not shared, with the exceptions see below. And I don't think I'm hitting any of these exceptions. For custom resources, the method will fail if object.init has been defined with required parameters, which I don't think is true. But anyways, I am duplicating it. It is local. I instantiate it then, and then I add it to myself. Like I add it to uh, whatever is running this whatever local scene. Oh, I'm sorry. The base module is then added to the engine module, right? I do the same thing in the storage module and the turret module. Okay. Now, so all three of these are loading in the respective resource, duplicating it with independent resources, instantiating it, and then adding it. Uh, and that's good. I think that's all I need. Oh, and the last thing each one does after they load in the child, it's already separated. The scenes should be separated. Then they set the local texture. So this shouldn't be affecting the other nodes. But if I run this, it does affect it. And if I pause the simulation and then I look at remote, you can see that the actual, notice that base module doesn't have that little scene icon there. And I can expand it. And then this would be from the blend file. It's not, it's local as well. So all of these are local, right? They're not, they shouldn't be a shared resource. Okay, so let me one more time kind of go backwards. Okay, and then in each module, add the base module. Base module. Base module. And then in the base module, I'm just going to leave this as local. And then that should be it. Yeah, okay. All right, so it's not working. Edit player. Oh, remote. That's what I meant. Remote. Okay. So you can see that they do have this little scene icon here because it's not local. That's how I've been at least identifying that it's local or not. So if I do it programmatically, or if I right click and make local, this goes away and all the resources become local. They should be separated. This should be working. The only way I've been able to get it to work is if I add the base module, right click, make local, storage module, right click, make local on the base module, make local, boom, it works. So is this a bug or am I missing something?